Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the Countryside Lands, or Les Terres Campagnardes. This is by Grimlock RRC, 204.88 megabytes download. There are 6 required mods which will download automatically. They are all mods from Grimlock RRC. Collectibles, there are 25 of. Contracts are available. Slot count in all 3 game modes is 1,672. I got it down to 1,497. You can probably get it, we will be able to get it lower. And what I did was here at the main start farm, I removed the, sorry, it always does that when you start on a new map, and every single time I forget. I removed the buildings and bits and bobs here at the start farm and the equipment and machinery you start with. And I got it down, like I say, to 1,497. You will be able to get it lower. The only thing I could find under build mode added in was actually under factories. This is on top of the required mods, and it's here, the canning factory. As far as I can tell, it does all the same stuff. There's nothing in addition to. I just think the building has been modified to fit in with the landscape, and the landscape is quite varied. And what I will say is, this feels very open and kind of flowing. There's a lot of, but I don't know, it just feels very open and airy. I've come off the back of doing the map tour on the ER Shabba map, Shamburgo, and that felt very, I don't know, not claustrophobic, but this, and like I say, it just feels a lot more open. Let's leave it at that, shall we? So, if we come on to the map, it looks like this. Now, on New Farmer, we start with the main farm, which is this plot here. That's farmland 33. We also start with this plot here, which has got 2 animal pens on it, split down the middle. We've got cows and we've got sheep on that one. We start with these 2 farm fields here, but we also start with this little plot up here, which has got a cow pasture on it. We start with this little plot here, which has got a lime making facility, which is one of the required mods. We start with this plot here, which has got a stone factory. It's a stone production. Not production. Buy point is what I'm thinking of. And then we start with this plot here, which has got 2 of the required mods on it. We've got fertilizer production, and we've got a sell point, which is the, oh, I've got to remember the name of it, biotank. So all those plots on New Farm you start with, on Farm Management start from scratch, you don't. So field prices and stuff, this is another one. What I like about this as well, forestry, if you want to do a bit of forestry plots are broken up into nice small chunks. They're not crazy expensive, so you can do a little bit at a time, a little bit of a nibble here and there. You haven't got to go mad on it, which is great. Not all of the plots can be purchased. There are some areas that have got sell points on or productions on where you can't buy the land. And as far as field prices go, prices are about, I guess, what you'd expect for the size. And this is another map where we don't have any massive fields. So field prices don't go scarily or crazily high, which again, I guess kind of makes life a little bit easier and easier to manage. I said there were no custom crops, didn't I? Yes, I've already mentioned that. So at the start farm then, we've got a fuel tank there. I didn't actually do the number. This is a 5, isn't it? Yeah, 5,000 litres, and we've already got diesel in it. Result, sleep wardrobe trigger just there. We've got a pickup. Farmer 400,000 litre standard crop type silo just there. This is one of the required mods. This is a wood chip and grass silo, 500,000 litres. No, we don't start with anything in there. I think it takes chaff as well, doesn't it? Yeah, according to the picture it does. I can't remember from mods. Jet wash just there, and then we've got all our equipment and machinery. We do start with a fair bit. We've got our mower set up there. Harvester, header and header trailer, water tank, trailer, fertilizer lime spreader, the Bradell, couple of Massey Fergusons, front loader gear, front weight, nice. Across the way, weeder, plough, cultivator. We've got some seed, we've got some fertilizer, we've got seeder and plough here, baler, and we've got a windrower. I mean, I would say that's a fair bit of stuff. So, across the way, we've got the 2 animal pens. We've got cows at 17 or 12, was it? 17. And across the way, sheep at 20. There we go. Or goats. Sheep and goats or goats. It's entirely up to you. these can all be removed. And when I got that slot count down, I removed all of these. So if you want to, it's up to you. But as you can see, it's very open, very sweeping. And we've got sort of different zones. We're going to go out and do a kind of loop round clockwise. Kind of, yeah. We've got a little village area which we're going to go to first. Then we kind of come around. There's a port area where the river runs down the side of the map. We've got a sort of a main city, I guess, bigger town. Let's say a bigger town, which has a football pitch on it that is playable. So it has the scoreboard, and you can pass the ball and all that kind of thing. Let's grab our pickup and get around the map, shall we? And have a bit of a butcher's. So in our pick-em-up truck, let's go. I don't know what made me look then, but I'm certainly glad I did. So, we come to the first junction, and to our left, we've got the grain mill, which is just over there. So we can turn down there to the grain mill. Actually, what I will do while we're here, unlike the map tour on the ER Shab one, if we come down to here, we can see what we own. So I said the fertilizer plant and lime production. We've already got those on New Farmer. We don't have them on Farm Manager and start from scratch. But our available is all here. And these are all base game things. I say the only thing that was different was the canning factory, but I really couldn't see anything different, really. Sarcas month and recipes all seemed, I think, it's hard to tell unless you've got a direct comparison, but it's not crazy like, 1,000, 2,000 on the recipes, or the cycles a month aren't in the thousands. So it's fairly standard as far as I can tell. So they're all there. We don't have to sort of dig deep and dive into buying them all, but there's our grain mill just over there. We continue along this road, we shall come to the little village. On the right hand side, coming up, we've got an animal dealer and bale sell point. There's no NPCs on the map, so no KT, nothing like that. Okay. There's our animal dealer and bale sell point just there. If we go across the way, this is another one of the plots we start with on New Farmer just here, which is cows, and I think this was 25, if I recall. I'm just going to check my notes. I don't need to check my notes. We can just hop out and have a look. A little pasture here. Yep, 25. We'll go back out this way. So we'll go through the little yard. There's only really the one main farm. There's not multiple farms. There's little pastures here and there. But there's nothing stopping you building farms wherever you want to. To our left, just there, we've got the small farmer's kiosk. Just there. And then here we've got our Coopers barrel making. Across the way we've got Taylor's just there. And then this is the lime production that we start with on New Farmer. Just here. There you go. So stones in, lime out. Straightforward. Now what I didn't say was, if on the map tour, this plot here, we start with on New Farmer, but on the others, that's only 4,752. The one over here, that has got the stone, it's there, right there. Stone silo, that was the word, there we go. That plot there is only 7,344. This plot here, oh, value 0. Might as well get that anyway. And that gives you your fertilizer plant. We'll get to that later on. Fertilizer plant, and that's the sell point, the biotank. And again, look in the menu, look in the prices menu. It will tell you all the various different things you can sell at the biotank. Was there another plot anywhere? I don't think there are any more pastures that I came across. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just buy that just in case. Didn't buy it. I jumped to it. Genius. I don't think there's anything there. Nope. No triggers come up. I thought I'd better check. You never know. The other one we are going to have to buy is this one here, plot 154, which we'll get to later on. Only 151,319. If we purchase that now, that is our biogas plant, which we'll get to later on. So, I'm going to just jump back to my pickup. Now we are going to do a quick U-turn. The thing as well, there's not a huge amount of traffic. When we get down to the bigger town, there's a bit more, which again I think adds a certain amount of, I guess, realism to it, because when you're out in the countryside, out in the sticks, there's not as much traffic knocking about, whereas you get into the bigger towns and cities and stuff, there, generally speaking, is a lot more traffic. So I think it keeps it a little bit more true to life, I suppose. So here we've got the Lake Store sell point. Just here, very picturesque. And I have to say, of the entire map, I know there's not a lot of trees and stuff, but you could add more to it. So there's the Lake Store sell point. There's our lovely cabin. We've got the little lake here, but what I love about this, as we travel up, is the way this is done. You've got the waterfall just over there, which is falling down and down into the pool there. You've got this one running down the side, and then down this little waterfall here, which is all very lovely. You've got a bigger pool up the top there, but that's also fed from up here, which runs down and into the pool there. It's just, I don't know, it's just really nicely done. Up the top here, we've got some pastures. They're not animal pastures, just open pastures. Grass meadows which you can purchase. So as we come up here, you'll see the water's coming down from here, up here somewhere, along there, and in the larger lake up the top here, feeding down into the smaller one, and the slightly, you know, I don't know, I just like it. So from here, we'll whiz across, because there's no point going back down the road. Might as well go this way. We can take the track, but we'll go down the side of here. Onto this track, down here, and we come to the crossroads, or a crossroads of sorts, and we'll cross over to the biogas plant. It's a fairly standard biogas plant just here, and I'd say the price, it wasn't crazy expensive, nothing insane, 1.5 million or anything like that. 250 kilowatt biogas plantage. Onwards. We have got, to our left, sugar mill, just there, spinnery, just there, and behind that, the soup factory, or if you watched my last map tour, the soap factory. It's a soup factory, so various different factories. Now, unlike the previous map tour, when I was saying about how sometimes you get maps where you've literally just got the sell point, bomb. On the other map, it was all kind of built in, you had buildings around it, it gave it a more, I guess, immersive feel to the way it was structured. There's something to be said either way, I think, on that, because at least with this, I say to a degree, because what you've also got to bear in mind is, these plots you can't purchase. So unfortunately, you can't add more to it to make it feel more immersive. These bits, I have to say, I thought I'd better double check that, because I didn't want to make a sweeping statement and get clobbered. If you can buy the lands, you can then add whatever you want, add decoration, add more sell points, put in trees, bushes, you know, whatever. It feels a little bit sterile, or just a little bit, you know, here's an open bit of concrete plonk, you know, which is okay if you're on a sort of do-it-yourself map, but this isn't that, I don't think. It's a minor thing, but, you know, worth pointing out as we are going around now. I shall follow this roadway, get a real feel for the scale and size of it. This may not be your cup of tea, this may not be your bag, and that is absolutely fine, it doesn't have to be. Or just remember the plot we need to purchase. I didn't do it yet, did I? I don't think so. So we're coming up on the stone silo, which we start with on New Farm, but we don't on the others. That's just there, so we can drive underneath that and we can purchase the stones. We have then got the cement factory just here. There's our cement factory. The left hand side, that says station. It's interesting because it is like a station building. Yeah, it just says station. So yeah, there's your sell point there. I don't know, maybe it's I suppose you get cattle stations and stuff like that. It says station. It doesn't really matter. It says station. Now, next to that was that plot I was talking about just here. So that's the fertilizer production just here. So from digestate manure or slurry, you make fertilizer. Don't need anything else with it, just put those in, switch them on, and away you go. And then next that is the sell point just there. And again, checking the menu if you're not sure what things you can sell where. That's your bio tank. Across the street we've got Lime Station, which is just... I've lost myself there. I got all turned around. And then what we haven't purchased is this plot just here. Plot 155, 81 grand. Buy that. And that gives us the chocolate factory. Let's go and have a look at that. Whiz around the corner, just here. I think this is another one of the required mods as well. This one's fairly straightforward as well. Milk and sugar in, chocolate out. Can't say fairer than that. Cycles per month are quite high, the recipe is low. It will chug along. I mean, that's what you kind of want, don't you? From a production, you want it to do some chuggage. Right, let's continue. We're heading southeast-ish. Oh, actually, pretty much southeast. And then we've got a turning coming up on our left. Yes, we have. So we're coming down to the river, which runs down the eastern portion of the map. We've got the marina sell point coming up to our left. The lovely little marina sort of port area here. And there's, I thought initially it was like a campground, like chalets at a holiday park type thing. But maybe it's a little bit of housing. It could be a chalet, home holiday park thing. Just the left there. Up in there. So I mentioned there are 25 collectibles. I did find one. And it's like the glowing orbs from Hutan Pantai. The sell point is just to the side here of this little, almost like a little market there. That's the marina sell point, just there. And we go across the way from the marina. And we've got the port sell point, which is a much larger proposition, as you can see, than the marina. So there's our port sell point. And if we go straight through and out the other side, and just around here, we have our carpentry, which can be purchased. There we go. Jay's Woodwork. Awesome. I don't think the pickup's available for us to use. I think it's decorative. Yes, it is decorative. Decorator. I don't. No idea. Just making words up. Right. Back out from here. Should have gone over that. Otherwise, we're going to be. Yeah, of course. Oops. From here, then, back out to the main road. We're going to go down a little bit, take another left, cross the bridge over the river to the paper factory. And the paper factory, unlike a lot of the facilities on the map, that you can't buy the land they're on. This one you actually can. It's sort of part of a forested area. So if you want to buy it and add a little bit around it, you can. But that's up to you. Sorry, looking at my notes. Right. It's a big old bridge. It's just going to this building here. There you go. There's our paper factory, which can be purchased. Like I say, that is, if we go to here, that's on this plot here. So if we click on that plot there, that takes in that little bit of land it's on. That one there. I know it overlaps, does the bit around it. So you can buy that if you want to. We've done a route, really. We started at the main farm here, out there past the grain mill, did the little village there. Then we came out there to the lake store, then up over the top and we came round and down there to the biogas plant, to the facilities there with the soup factory, the spinnery and the sugar mill. Then we followed this road all the way around until we came to these facilities just here with the chocolate factory there. Followed this road and then we came along there to the marina, port, carpentry. We've now come round here to our paper factory, and now we're heading back along and across the bottom towards the main town. So I'll turn around, let's head over there and have a look. It really does have a lovely sweep to it. Undulation. I haven't mentioned undulations in such a long time. Nice undulations. Right. We should be coming to a junction in a moment. We're going to bung a right. You can see just there, big old floodlights for the football pitch I already mentioned. So if you fancy getting some mates together or multiplayer and having a bit of a kickabout, you can. I've had a few maps every now and again where you get a football pitch and you think, oh, that's quite cool, and it doesn't have the ball or anything like the scoreboard and stuff, it's just there as a decorative thing, but that one is absolutely playable with the resetting of the scoreboard as well if you want to do that. So, turn up here towards the main town. On our left hand side, just there, that light pine looking building, that's a big farmer's kiosk. As I said, football pitch to the right, just there. Then we have got another little, almost like a little housing estate. It's lovely, isn't it? Very nice. White picket fences and all that gubbins. Warehouse sell point, just there. Warehouse point is just there for purchasing, grabbing of pallets and things. Then we go out this way. And on the outskirts, we have got, just around the back of the building there is the dairy. That's a dairy sell point, not a dairy production. We come a bit further along, we have got... Oops. Oh no, I just gouged along the side of my pickup, and here's a van. That wasn't good. This is the oil mill. Is that right? I'm sure that's the oil mill. Let me check the map. Yeah, oil mill. Just here. Big old facility as well. And then, just past that, we've got the main vehicle shop, workshop trigger, gas station opposite. So there's your workshop trigger. Gas station, vehicle purchase point. If you don't want to see where one of the collectibles is, you can look away now, but spoiler alert, just over there there's a little orb that will get you 10 grand. This is the reset point on the map as well, so if you need to reset a vehicle, it will reset back to this location. Around the side of the building here, we've got this large building here is the canning factories. This is the one that I said has had a bit of a modification, because as far as I can tell, it's the canning factory. Has been tweaked, I think. Across the way we've got the bakery, just opposite there on the crossroads. There. Then from the bakery, we just whiz around the corner, and we have a sell point just here. Now it says store city, but I don't know if it means city store. But anyway, there you go. That's sell point here next to the cafe, which is this one just here, and that's the map. Because if we come out of this crossroads here where the bakery and the canning factory is, and we go north, that brings us up back past the grain mill, back down around there, and we come back to our main farm. If we go out that way, these are just fields. They're terraced, but they're not rice fields. They're not rice paddies or anything like that. They've got like stonework. Well, we'll drive out that way and we'll have a look as we finish off the map tour. But that is the countryside lands. I'm going to say it again. I apologise. Les Terres Campagnardes. It does say in the description this was made with some of the French-speaking community. I think things they wanted to see and have on a map. As far as I can tell from the description. Whoa, that's my fault. So you can see these sort of stone terracing but the fields themselves are just standard fields. But I guess if you want to make them into rice fields, you absolutely could. Nothing to stop you doing it. That's in this large section up here. Engine off, back to the map. As I always say, if I've missed anything, I do apologise. I think I got everything. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.